4. Hey guys, Paul here from Military History Gear Review, and today I want to be checking out one of the pieces of gear that I used on my recent backpacking trips. And specifically, we are going to be looking at the Russian SSO Attack 2 Raid Backpack. So stick around. So the Russian SSO Attack 2 Raid Backpack was designed originally to be part of Russia's Ratnik gear system. Now, Ratnik, or warrior in Russian, is a 2008 project by the Russian Armed Forces to modernize their ground troops, and specifically their individual soldier equipment. The 2008 Russo-Georgian War revealed real deficiencies in Russia's individual soldier equipment and training. And as a result of this, Russia implemented a total overhaul of the gear their soldiers carried. And when you look at some of the images and footage from that 2008 war, you really see why Russia felt the need to develop a whole new gear system. Their soldiers aren't carrying level 4 or even level 3 body armor. Their rifles are equipped only with iron sights, and many of the soldiers aren't even wearing helmets. They ride on the outside of their troop transports because being inside is still more dangerous. So there's a lot of room for improvement, and Russia correctly identified that. And so they had their armed forces take a deep dive into what gear their troops needed. And the result was a whole host of new gear, but especially, for me, this Attack 2 backpack. Fun fact, there's actually a really popular video game now called Escape from Tarkov, in which this is actually one of the items you can acquire. And in the game, it's depicted as being a pretty favorable item. So I was excited to see if whether or not the real one was also going to be as effective. Now, let's take a look about what makes the Raid 2 so unique. So as you can see, probably, that it's based largely on the Alice Pack design. Right? It has a main pouch in the center, then it has 3 side pouches, right? It also features, of course, a map pouch in the top. But unlike the Alice, it is entirely an internal frame backpack with this netting to allow breathability between your back and the pack itself. It also has some foam padding in the back of the pack and on the shoulders. You can see, unlike the Alice, this actually relies on plastic clips to hold many of the pockets in place. It does feature a drawstring enclosure like the Mali 2, right, and a second drawstring enclosure providing a water-resistant cover. Now you can see these pockets are actually much larger than the Alice Pack pockets. These side pockets look like they measure maybe up to a foot, maybe even 18 inches when you expand them fully. And in addition, it has this canvas webbing on the side that you can slide stuff. So when I took it out, I frequently would slide in, say, my tripod for filming into these side pocket straps. Of course, these are so big, they can fit even a large Nalgene water bottle, can comfortably fit inside and still have room for more stuff. So the space is just second to none. Another neat feature of this backpack is that it actually has another holder in between the pack itself and this front main pouch, where you can slide an entrenching tool, but in my case, I slid my camp shoes in there. So other features are this on the bottom. It has a zipper to allow you to access the pack from the bottom, especially if you need to access a sleeping mat or sleeping bag. It also, within the mat pouch, is an integrated waterproof cover that you can drape over, cinch down, and waterproof the back. Now, when I was hiking, I took this pack in all sorts of environments. I was in the really hot, humid forests of North Carolina, through the mountaintops in the Tetons, through the deserts in Bryce Canyon. I really tried to put this thing to the test, and it performed excellently. I was able to access all my stuff. My wife, who had a commercial backpack in a lot of these trips, was very, very envious of how easily I could access almost all my gear. She was envious, of course, of the large main pouch that you can really dig through. Most commercial backpacks, you may remember, are very narrow and tall. And because this was designed with combat soldiers in mind, it makes sure that you have clearance on the back of your head. It only rises to about neck level. And that's to keep the backpack from hitting the helmet and forcing it over your eyes. But when you're a backpacker, especially in the summer months, you want a wide-brimmed hat to block out the sun, and often tall backpacks will still hit the brim of those hats. The most I carried in the Attack 2 was about 60 pounds, and that was in Bryce Canyon. And that's probably the maximum I would put on this. It's a 60-liter pack, so it's probably rated for around 100 pounds, but anything more than that, and you really want an external frame. However, for 40 to 60 pounds, this is like an optimal pack. There's tons of room to keep stuff on the outside. There's tons of room inside. It's really versatile. A couple of other neat military-specific features are a carrying handle right here, a heavy reinforced carrying handle that is actually really useful for dragging in and out of the car and that sort of thing. It also has 2 large gear loops on the shoulder straps, which I think in combat is meant for you to grab and drag a casualty, but for me, it was useful because I could clip lots and lots of gear here. For a time, I kept my bear spray clipped onto this. You might clip a flashlight or a compass. There's all sorts of options. So all in all, you can't buy this commercially in the United States. You'd have to order it on eBay from Russia, and the Russian post is kind of hit or miss. But I got this for around, I think with shipping it was around $150. But I would highly recommend it. I think it's an excellent backpack. You would be hard pressed to get a better deal for 150 bucks for a mid-range backpack. It's really well made, extremely durable. Again, I've put, probably 3 weeks of backpacking into this, and it doesn't show any real signs of wear and tear. So again, I highly recommend this. I actually got rid of one of my other backpacks, and this is now my primary mid-trip 40 to 60 pound pack. So thank you guys for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and I will see you guys on the trail.